tonight. On the right, the man, Gayle. He comes into the side for his first match with Ben Dunk, Ross Taylor, Jesse Ryder's first game, Askar Afghan, the former captain of Afghanistan. H.D. Ackerman used to coach Afghanistan in his celebrated career. Adnan Akmal, Robert Freiling, Yasir Shah, Mohammed Imam al-Haq comes in for his first game, and the biggest man in cricket, Mohammed Irfan. The Kandy Samp army with Irfan Pathan as captain, Aaron Finch, Jonathan Fu comes in, Upal Taranga, Kevin O'Brien, the Ireland hard hitter, Tino Best, Yusuf Pathan, John Rust Yagasar, Chris Mpofu from Zimbabwe, Navin Stewart and Shabaz Nadeem. But it's the Lions who have Gayle in their ranks. They've won the toss and they've decided to field first. Right, let's hear from Irfan Pathan, the skipper.
Irfan, you've been asked to bat first, so what do you feel?
Look, if I would have won the toss,
started to look a little bit one-sided at the moment.
But this is what it is. You bat well. This is what you got now, and yeah, hopefully we'll be able to put better performance than the last game.
So the tournament is tuning out very well, a new format, the 90-ball format. How is it treating you?
Yeah, it's a tough format, especially if you look at the teams. You know, there are quite a few teams, and only 2 teams can qualify for the final. There are no playoffs. So it's a tournament where you have to actually play really well throughout the whole tournament. So even if you lose one game, a lot of pressure come onto you. But it's a good tournament. 90 ball is different, and hopefully, you know, this is the kind of format which will allow quite a few of our guys to express themselves.
And especially, how's it been playing back in Sri Lanka?
Love it. Every time I come here in Sri Lanka, I enjoy my cricket here. When I played for India, when I played junior cricket here as well, I always perform really well. I love the pitches here. I love the crowd here. I love the atmosphere here, and it's always fun. Music and you know, the kind of relaxation which you have in the people's mind, which is outstanding, and that's why I love coming here.
All right, Irfan, all the best to you in today's game.
Thank you so much.
Well, this pitch has got a certain personality to it that the bowlers, I think, should enjoy, and yet we've just seen a record score, 185. But we've seen some prime batting from the likes of Lahiru Taramane on this pitch, and you've got to work hard for your runs, but when you do get in, you can get a score. But must say that wearing 199 is Paul Nixon, the former wicketkeeper. Leicestershire, the county of Leicestershire, for whom H.D. Ackerman purveyed his craft as a very calm batsman in his time. Now this man, Mr. Cool, here he is. Universe boss, Christopher Henry Gayle, a man who's got just the 22 centuries in T20 cricket alongside his name. I see that the beard is getting a little salt and peppery these days, but my word, he is box office. So we're all set for the Colombo Lions against the Kandy Samp army. Now both these teams have played a match, and both these teams have lost their opening matches. On the right, former Australia World Cup winning captain Aaron Finch. Aaron Finch will be desperate to get them off to a good start. What it needs is one player in the top 3 or top 4 to bat virtually the distance, and when that happens, what we've seen in this contest, in this tournament, is the side goes on to get a decent score. One man to stay and anchor the innings. The tallest man in cricket on the right, Mohammed Irfan, Jesse Ryder, Ben Dunk, and it looks like they're having a very serious conversation there. But that is a side full of talent, full of personality. Christopher Gayle, Ross Taylor, Jesse Ryder, Robin Freilich, Mohammed Irfan. You're watching Legends Cricket Trophy 2024. You can spot Ben Dunk from a long way. That's when the floodlights bounce off that crown. There we are. He has the light shining upon that bonce. Ben Dunk shining in Kandy. It's his birthday as well. Happy birthday, Ben Dunk. 37 years young. A legend. He's got 2 scores on his CV of 99 not out. Right, Aaron Finch, look at the number of matches he's played in his T20 career, 387, strike rate 138, 11,500 runs. But let me just remind you that this tournament is all about 90 balls, not 120. It's a 90-ball innings. Upul Taranga, who happens to be the chairman of selectors for Cricket Sri Lanka as well, and he looks in very good condition. And so it's 90 balls, 15 overs. So keep that in mind. If you think that maybe after 6 or 7 overs a team is not going quite as well, it's because it's 6 or 7 overs and they haven't got the thrusters on yet. There he is, the human skyscraper, Mohammad Irfan, left arm quick. I've often thought to myself that he should never be hit because he comes in from such an alarming height that for a top-class batter you've got to judge bounce as well as pace, and that's not my territory. That is H.D. Ackerman's to talk about batting.
Well, when you were a young man and you saw someone as tall as that just arrive at the ground, you didn't want to walk to the wicket.
I will never forget seeing Joel Garner for the first time in my life, and I nearly turned the car around. It was an alarming sight. He was quite scary, Joel Garner. Same height. Here we go then, Mohammad Irfan. But on a serious note, HD, you've got to, you're gauging pace of the ball and the pitch, but you've got to take into account the height from which it's delivered.
Well, the difficulty that a lot of batters face when playing against someone of this height is the reluctance of your front foot to get forward. You just, for some reason, feel as though you can play from the crease or play back. So if the tall fellas, you think of Morne Morkel's another one, if they got the ball up to the bat, they provided you with huge challenges.
Oh, well bowled. Absolute beauty, that is. That's when the height factor comes in. Now, you mentioned there as well, HD, one of the great recent modern fast bowlers, Morne Morkel. Don't think people realised how tall he was. And he rushed in. And he bowled a number of balls exactly like we've just seen this delivered from Mohammad Irfan. It's gone right through him. And Upul Taranga lucky to be there.
Yeah.
Ben Dunk.
Yeah. Well done, birthday boy. Well done, birthday boy.
What kind of pace was he? What kind of pace was Morne Morkel?
Come fish.
Center.
Thank you.
A good run. It's difficult to tell because of his height and because of the ease of his action. He probably felt as though he was bowling at 1,000 kilometers an hour. I know the first time I played against Morne, I thought, if this is first-class cricket, I want no part of it. But I would say that he was consistently over that 140 mark, but easily. It didn't look as though it was difficult for him to reach that sort of speed.
Yeah, good call. Used to love watching it. Oh, swing. Aaron Finch. Oh, Christopher Henry, you didn't want that. Lend him a hand, get him back up. Oh, I hope he stopped it with his hands before his knee.
When he got up, he pointed at Ben Dunk at mid-off as if to say, you should be here, I'm meant to be at mid-off. There was almost a scream while the ball was coming to him saying, no!
He's got it again. Sometimes the ball has a habit of following you.
You know, we look at Chris Gayle and he's associated with T20 cricket, the big fella. But we forget that he has I think he's got 2 triple hundreds in Test cricket. He's got a double hundred in ODIs. So he's not just a white ball bully.
And on that, HD, he's played over 100 Test matches for his country, West Indies. So no, he's the real package. Yes, Christopher Henry Gayle. First over's gone, 6 balls, 2 for naught.
So just wait. Zulfi, come. Hey.
Christopher Henry Gayle, that 333 on his back is the 333 that he scored against Sri Lanka in Galle in a test match. Meanwhile, not forgetting the nearly 15,000 runs with a strike rate of 144, the best, the 175 not out in an IPL match in Bangalore, and not forgetting the 22 T20 centuries that he's got. Right. Zulfikar Babar, a left arm spin, who I think is going to bowl with his cap on, backwards. Unusual. Thrashed away by Aaron Finch.
Run out! Well done. बस यहीं पे रहना.
Inamul Haq, the fielder's done well because that ball was hit hard by Aaron Finch.
And these are always difficult to deal with because it skips over the surface. It almost accelerates off the outfield.
That ball is not arriving. It's like the second-class post in the UK, it never arrives. You're always waiting for it.
1 second. Okay. Next time. Well done, Baba. Center.
Yeah, it's not like the tax demand, you always get that. So much batting on display here tonight that the bowler's going to have to be on their mark. Oh! Was that an edge? Was there a nick? Yeah. Akmal is the keeper, and let's listen. Oh, I'm not sure.
I think so, it's good.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, sir. Well done, Zulfi. Baba.
Just a little bit of turn. Just a hint. Oh, this will take some catching. That was hit very firmly down the ground by Finch. So strong. End of the 12th delivery. It's 10 without loss. Just gave himself room outside that leg stump, looking to go over mid-off because long on was back.
Just a reminder as well, if you are listening to this broadcast, if you're in the immediate vicinity, come to the stadium. It's free entry to come and watch this Legends cricket. Lovely balmy evenings. Irfan. Saw him bowling a spell once, HD, in the Caribbean Premier League, where he bowled 4 overs, and on the very last ball he went for a single. It was 4 overs, 3 maidens, or 4 overs, 23 dot balls, none for 1. I don't think anyone's come close to that.
Not sure anyone's going to come close to that. Not the way they play now. what did that surface play like? And the reason why I asked that is because when you play on surfaces that have got a little bit of inconsistent bounce, more on the low side, the tall man becomes very difficult to play against as well.
I think, if I recall, it was in Bridgetown, Barbados, so it had a little bit of spice in it, just a little bit, but he was unplayable. Just swung the ball, seamed the ball, and it was a fantastic evening for him. You see, he's hitting the top of the bat there, isn't he?
I just have to tell you about my one experience in the Caribbean. It was in a T20 game, not a 90 ball game. Plays this nicely as well. He lets it come to him. But there was a T20 game, and suddenly in the middle of the game we just stopped. We had to stop because the big screen crackled into life. The game of cricket stopped. The crowd faced the big screen. Shot. And that'll be 4. And the game stopped because we had to all watch Usain Bolt run the 100 meters in the World Championships.
That's a great story. Well, it would only have been 9.5 seconds anyway, wouldn't it? Or 9.58. Well, he was box office. I don't think we're going to see too many Usain Bolt's 22-yard sprints tonight, because the likes of Aaron Finch, they like to deal in boundaries, and one of the fielders we've seen tonight, Christopher Henry Gayle, well, if he gets in, it's not run time, it's boundary time.
Well, surely Chris Gayle could organise that Bolt plays in one of these competitions in in a year's time. He tried his hand at football. Maybe he can have a go at cricket. He would be box office.
Wasn't that with Manchester United? I think it was. Now then, it's up in the air. Is it safe? It is down. I think Ben Dunk got a finger or two to it. I think that would have been one of the great catches of this tournament so far. He's done well here, Ben Dunk. Birthday boy today, 37, but this was up invitingly, tantalizingly.
Hung there. Now, I think Dunk for a moment thought the back-pedaling Animal Huck was going to take this, and then the lunge at the last moment and barely a fingertip to it. I think Bolt would actually make the Manchester United side now, legitimately.
That'll trickle away. That's leg buys. We've had 18 balls, and the Kandy Samp army are 22 for no wicket.
So, no early wickets in this power play so far.
Side cap, please.
The Lions really need to try and make some inroads here. They're starting to make a few changes. The first bowling change, we've seen 2 overs from Irfan for 10 runs. Baba, 1 over for 7. Robbie Fryling, he's back. He really bowled a good spell last night, and unfortunately all the other bowlers around him travelled the distance, so his impact of his spell didn't have the impact he was hoping for, or the skipper. So he's got a lot of wickets. His economy excellent, it's under 8. 5 for 16 is his personal and career best. So he's got 2 fielders back at the moment, and one's a deep square leg and the other third man, top left of screen. And they need something special here from him. Finch, 14 of 11. Taranga hasn't really got going just yet to hit a boundary, but Finch is on strike. So they've gone with 2 fielders square of the wicket now. They've brought the third man up and covered back. Big shot, hard. He's under it and taken. Yasser Shah, the man doing the job, and Fryling strikes immediately.
So that's the pressure that was created, isn't it, by the previous 3 overs. Take a look at that. He was trying to go along, again, the speed of Fryling. That's what he just doesn't give pace off the ball, isn't it? And a comfortable catch to Yasser Shah at long off, at mid off rather. So Finch departs for 14. The Kandy Samp Army are 22 for 1.
So that's now the breakthrough we've just been talking about. There's the wicket, that's right. They've got their first. Colombo Lions getting into this game now as well. The Samp Army a little bit slow initially as they were in their first game. And that's a bit of a worry. But at the moment, out marches Kevin O'Brien, Irishman, out into the centre. He had a decent first game. He got a half century, really useful. And this is why he is out in the centre.
There you go once again. Not much pace offered. Finch had to fetch for it, I would say. Look for it. And it didn't come on. And a comfortable catch to the skipper. So just to keep you informed that the Colombo Lions have made 3 changes today. Chris Gayle, the universal boss, comes in. Jesse Ryder, a powerful hitter. Inamal Haq. And Navroz Mango. Milind Sirivardhana and Pushpa Kumara misses out on this game. And on the other hand, the Kandy, they've got Jonathan Fu and Navin Stewart coming in. And Trevor Griffith and Stuart Binney is out. Oh.
Pretty friendly out there in the centre. And O'Brien, he got it the mark. First delivery, half century. Not out in their first game. Going down, unfortunately, and they also desperately need to get a win. So both these sides really needing to do something special here, losing their first encounter. And whoever loses this match is a little bit like the Delhi Devils, under some big pressure early doors down the bottom of that table. Oh, I tell you, that's gone straight over the stumps. Hasn't missed by much.
This is good stuff from Freiling. This is what he's good at, isn't it, John? Mixing things up. He will bowl one quicker. Now that one is a little bit quicker than the previous one. Taranga down the track, but not getting in. Beautifully done again. Now this is pressure on the Kandy side, John, because the power play has not really brought them much success. It's just 23.
Slow delivery, that's close to the wickets. It actually hit the stumps. The bails didn't fall off. That's crazy, and now it could be some overthrows and Ben Dunk eventually cleaning up, but that ball trickled back and made contact with the stumps and the bail stayed on.
Well, let's take a look at this again. There you go. Did it? Oh, it just came off the stumps and the bails. Maybe just rolled in. Let's take that again. Wait. Oh, there you go.
It's hard when your partner calls you through for a single and you're trying to look back to see if and stop the ball hitting your stumps. So he survived it. Freiling really in the midst of a good over here. Really good. A wicket off the first ball. A single in the leg bar. 2 dot balls as well, and he looks like he's enjoying his work out there.
Yes. Kevin O'Brien needs a good knock here. He needs to start building. He's got all the power that he can carry. Last ball of the power play coming up. But there's been a fantastic over from well, they'll just work it around for a single. That's a fantastic over from Freiling. It's 25 for 1 at the end of 4.
Young Sri Lankan fans getting some airtime. They're on the big screen, and Big smiles, no doubt, loving every minute, seeing some of the legends they've dreamt of meeting. And it could be tonight. How good would that be?
Free airtime, John. Free airtime.
Wish I had some. I wish I had some free data as well. So changes, Frylink with his 1 over 1 for 2. And the previous game, Samp Army, Kevin O'Brien, there we go, 50 not out of 30. Irfan as well, 39 of 24. Those were the standout players for them. And O'Brien is once again in the boiling pot here, in the engine room. Batting at 3, they need him to make some magic here this evening. Yasir Shah, he's been introduced into the attack. He ripped a few leggies last night. Unfortunately, Tawari got stuck into him with that slog sweep of his, the left-hander. And now the power play completed, the first 4 overs.
One, Jesse.
So, what is the length that Yasir Shah wants to bowl here today? Because the moment he tossed it up, he was taken to the cleaners yesterday. Now, what does he do? Push it quickly through there? But is that his forte? That's the concern, because he's more of a red ball bowler than a white ball bowler.
Yes, sir.
He likes to throw the ball up into the rough normally in test matches, and he really rips it. And that first ball was a lot quicker and flatter, so that's probably the order of the day. He struggled with left-handers last night. That's a long hop, pulled away. There's no one out there. That's a boundary early against Shah. He'll be disappointed with that drag down.
That's what happens, is it? When you're not comfortable with that bowling style, you need to adjust. You need to adjust. Well, that was a long hop. Taranga just waited on it, and he just put it away where he wanted, because he had all the time in the world to pick his spot on that.
Oh, he's almost got through him there, but that was Taranga's first boundary, so he was desperate to get a boundary there. He's now 7 off 10, 7 off 11 now, so he really needs to get going here. The run rate's just over 6.5 to the over. Carved away, well fielded. A shot coming in, but safely home for a single.
There you go. Well, if it was picked up early and then thrown, maybe Taranga might have, but the throw was also a poor one. Now, Yasir Shah went for 24 against Tiwari.
That's a really good delivery, but Fuller and O'Brien playing him off the back foot, and O'Brien wants 2 sent back. So a lot of action out in the centre. Huck, he's come into the side today. Left arm spinner. But Yasir Shah, just the one poor delivery. Second delivery went for 4, and now against Taranga, throws it quite wide outside the off stump to the left-handers. Inside edge, quick single, well bowled. Frylink the fielder, so not the worst over. 8 off it, 33 for 1.
There you go, 33 for 1. Now, John, I'm very interested. You had a look at the pitch in the morning. Now, we have over 90 overs being played on this surface, because yesterday this was a surface used now for the previous game. Do you feel that it's getting a little bit slower, and also the bounce starting to keep a little low, isn't it?
I totally agree with you. Yeah, it has got slower. It's starting to take a bit of turn. Huck, we saw him last over. Here he is being introduced to the attack, and not a lot of turn, but really good fielding at backward point and appeal as well. Really good work from Shah at backward point. I think on that, talking about the wicket, it started getting a lot tougher to score, staying a little bit lower. But last night, it's definitely got a lot lower as the match wore on. So maybe batting last could be tricky, but that's what the Lions are aware of. So they're working really hard in the field and with ball in hand here to minimize the runs where they can. Sliding on, and there's some fielding. The big man, he's down.
But one thing I will tell you, John, whatever score that Kandy gets, mind you the ball keeping low or turning or slow, if the universal boss gets going, we are in for a treat. And don't forget, they got Jesse Ryder as well.
That's right, he was in the early days when openers just swung for the hills on those little postage stamps in New Zealand. There's a shot, extra cover. There was no way.
Good try.
There's no way Chris Gayle was going to cut that off, but an effort in vain this time. But a powerful stroke from Kevin O'Brien.
There you go. This is the power of Kevin O'Brien. Again, I thought that ball was keeping a little bit low, and he had to hit it from right below, and that's why it ended up going at extra cover.
Another shot, he backs away and shows the bowler all the stumps, and hitting about halfway up middle stump that, so it's an impressive stroke. And Huck, he has got involved. Big shot. Fielder backing up, and it's gone all the way. So brilliant shot. Taranga now with his first 6 of the evening.
Now this is what Taranga can do. He can be very destructive. And this time he picks up, comes down the track. Again, reaching for that ball, John. He was reaching for that, but just managed to get enough bat on it to take it over.
It's a slightly longer boundary that side as well. Flatter pulled. So that's... So the biggest over of the innings so far, 46 for 1.
There you go. That's a section of the maybe the owners of the teams taking a look. 46 for 1. 6 overs done. They continue with Freiling. He can be very good. He bowls in various areas, isn't it, John? Like he'll bowl at the power play, he'll bowl in the middle overs, he'll come in with over in the death. So that's a variation he carries, isn't it? That brings him in any point of the game.
Well, the captain loves those type of bowlers that can get involved in different parts of the game. Give us a wave. Around the wicket, Freiling, he's tended to do that throughout the tournament to the left-handers, and he settled into a length. He hits an unerring length, really. It's not really full enough to get underneath and hit him, and it's not really short enough to pull, so he finds that awkward length, and he's always been good at reading the game, and he does coach back in Durban for the Dolphins franchise, academy players and high performance players coming into the first class setup, and he's provided valuable insight to these young players for their future cricket careers, really, and he's got so much experience to call upon in different situations with white ball cricket. Slower ball this time into the pads, and just has ability to bowl dots and just keep the runs down, and it's tough to get boundaries off him.
Yeah, and I was very interested in the field that he set against Kevin O'Brien. He had a deep square, deep mid-wicket and a long one, and just one man inside the ring on the onside. And look at the line that he was going. He was going into the pads, so he's got an idea, he's got a plan, John. to work on each batsman. Now this is a section of spectators who come in to watch this game.
Dot ball again. So you look at the rate now, 7.38, and Samp Army just struggled to get to a point where they can really start playing with freedom. We saw the previous game, Thuramane just went about his business and everyone could just come in and play little cameos, but to be able to come in and play with freedom is a really great thing to do if a batting unit can set it up properly from the top. Slower ball this time, just one step ahead is Frylink at the moment. Dunk out in the deep.
As if Frylink is reading Taranga's mind, isn't it? He might have known that he was going to come down the track. He rolls his fingers over and drops it on a short of a length. Excellent stuff. This is what experience can do.
I think 9 per over from here and then gets them to 124. We said today it might be a bit tougher. That could be a decent score. Slower bouncer. Let's see what the umpire says. Yeah, he says it's all right. Kevin O'Brien wanted the wide. He thought it was a bit high over his head. I look at 9 and over 123. I feel you've got to get around that 130 plus mark to be in the game.
There you go. Look at that slow ball bounce. More like a tennis ball bounce. Yeah, it is the correct height. So he's got his thing measured very well, Frylink.
Whipped on the onside and really good work in the deep. I tell you what, yes, yeah, sure. He's been lightning in the outfield. That's 50 up for the Samp Army. 1 wicket down.
Well, it's been a slow start for the Kandy Samp Army. 50 for 1 of 42 balls, so not going at a run rate that's been very challenging at the moment. 7.14. Taranga 19 of 20. O'Brien 10 of 10. Driven through extra cover. That's a good bit of fielding in the deep. They're coming back for 2. That's Ross Taylor. He's been very good. He moved around quickly and got rid of it quickly.
Taylor.
Yeah, you look at Ross Taylor, you think, why aren't you still playing international cricket, Ross? Still a fantastic cricketer. They're having a good time. Why wouldn't you come out to Sri Lanka with all the beauties of this country that it offers, the beauty, and get away from the cold of the UK? Come to the warmth of Sri Lanka. I just tried to see Somerset. It's Somerset. There is the county of Somerset. There you go. It is Somerset. Oh. The county of Somerset. Peter Trago plays for them. And the great Sir Vivian Richards played for Somerset, as did Joel Garner and Sir Ian Botham, Sunil Gavaskar, Martin Crowe.
Yourself.
There you go. Keep still, sir. Trying to read your badge. It's the Somerset County Seniors. There we are. What about that? That is a good shot by Kevin O'Brien. Finishes well with a 6. In fact, 1 more ball to go in the over. Well, you were enjoying the Somerset Seniors when Kevin O'Brien decided to do this. Nice log sweep. Just gave himself a bit of room. how good a shot is this? You don't know how good that is. That Kevin O'Brien has hit a ball so
Well done,
hard,
boss.
and he's got himself
Excellent,
into such a
boss.
good position to hit it. That's as good as it gets. 60 for 1.
Right, 60 for 1, 48 balls been bowled, so it is the strategic timeout. The Kandy Samp Army are 60 for 1 after 48 balls or 8 overs. Well, they're making an effort. Kevin O'Brien, 19 of 15. Well, this was a good effort. Aaron Finch really looked to take the bowling on, tried hard, and eventually perished. In fact, that time he was missed, but he couldn't go on for too long. This was, I think, the catch that was taken at mid-off, and that's the first wicket. Yasir Shah, the catcher. But since then, these pair of batters have been doing well, but they haven't been able to accelerate. Taranga has tried hard, just managed to hit it over the line. Then this was Kevin O'Brien. That was a tremendous shot. So far, they've just hit 4 fours and 2 sixes of the first 48 balls, Wilco.
Yeah, but I just fancy Kevin O'Brien might just slip through the gearbox here tonight with Taranga. They've put on 38 from 29. 48 balls have been used up. So 42 balls left. Remember, it's 15 overs per innings, 90 balls. Taranga's on strike.
He's very good. He's very good in that area. Taranga, he is extremely strong, and that has been demonstrated with that shot.
Is the chairman of selectors looking at this shot?
He can pick himself.
Oh, that was well hit. Almost nonchalant here. Look at this. He's just flayed the bat at it. He's held his position. You see that? He hasn't. He's held his firm base, which means that he can drive that through extra. Both these players, Taranga and Kevin O'Brien, are players who like to play in a more orthodox fashion. So I don't like all that jiggery pokery around the crease. That's nonsense.
That's not him. That's not Taranga.
I'll tell the chairman of selectors.
But that's not him. He's a proper batter. He loves to go through the offside, goes through extra cover, goes through point. That's his strength. This time there is a fielder. He has a very wide arc from third man to long off. Now it's Kevin O'Brien. He's made 19 of 15. Taranga looking to accelerate. He's got to a runner ball now. He's hit 2 fours and a 6. Strike rate is 100, but that's not enough. We've seen that teams have chased down big scores and got big scores as well. So the average rate per over has been around 9, just to feel comfortable. Kevin O'Brien on strike. Pace off. I think Freiling, tell you what, he is a canny operator. He's been very good.
Yeah, he has. Big fellow who runs in. He doesn't bowl at express pace by any means, but he's got a few permutations. Ross Taylor, what's he saying? What's he got there? He's one of the coaches in the recently concluded ILT20. Yeah, he was coaching. I had to think then, was he playing? No, he wasn't playing. He was coaching.
Just can't get through. But I've been impressed now. So far, Freiling, he's conceded just 6 runs in the over. He's bowled 5 deliveries and he's bowled 17 balls and just given away 11 runs. So that tells you a story. It's not easy to maintain that kind of economy. And in this tournament, very few bowlers have done that. Yeah, it's very good figures. So don't forget, it's a 90-ball format. Goes over cover, and has it gone all the way? It hasn't. It's a boundary. It's a good finish to the over for the Kandy team. It is 70 for 1 of 9 overs.
Well, I think that Palakeli would be very much in contention for one of the most picturesque cricket grounds, which tomorrow will host 2 more matches. Every day is the double-header now. We've got the Strikers against Punjab Royal. That's our first match, starting at 4 o'clock, followed by Rajasthan Kings against the Colombo Lions. So the Lions will be back, and we've got those 2 matches tomorrow, 4 and 7.
Yasir Shah pushes through quick. Kevin O'Brien, he was going wide. He was giving himself a lot of room and completely missed it. Yasir Shah pushed it through quick. Kevin O'Brien was aiming to go behind point because there is nobody. But this time he finds the fielder, but it was hit very hard.
Over the line, now.
He packs a punch, doesn't he?
Over the line,
He's a powerful striker.
Oh, he's a big fellow, Kevin O'Brien. He's a big unit. He's been eating all his vegetables. Let me tell you, he's full of intent. You know, with the cricket bat, he's been a mainstay of the Ireland team for such a long time. Recently retired.
Upul Taranga. That is close, and that's been given. What Yasir Shah did very well was he went wide of the crease and looked to bring the ball into the left-hander, fired it in, pushed it through quicker, and Taranga completely missed it.
It's hit him on the back leg. It might well have brushed that leg stump. It might have been umpire's call, but the umpire said, I'm giving it. So the chairman of selectors for Sri Lanka cricket is on his way back. He's gone for 28. It's 71 for 2. Irfan Pathan, left-handed bat. His brother Yusuf, of course, is playing, and he's right-handed, but Irfan, his best is 65 not out in T20 career. 124 is strike rate. Right, have another look at this. Umpire has got to judge whether that's hitting that leg stump or not. He thinks it is.
Right arm round. 4 more to come.
On another day, he might not have got it, but tonight he did.
Yeah, Taranga didn't seem to be too far forward. That could be a reason for the umpire to look at it that way.
Ow!
39 of 24 was what he got in the last innings, Irfan Pathan.
Batsman moving off stump, sir.
Yasir Shah just bowling a wide delivery. Look at how wide he goes, and he doesn't look stable or balanced at the point of release. Look at Yasir Shah.
ठीक है Yasir.
As he attempts to go so wide,
Yeah.
he's off the mark.
Well done Yasir. इसको जरा ध्यान
But
से
he's bowled
करिए.
with better control today. Yesterday he went for a few runs, but here Yasir Shah so far he's bowled 10 deliveries and conceded just 11 and got a wicket.
Fielding like 20-year-old.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now from over the wicket with Kevin O'Brien on strike. I wanted a single here. There was no single there at all. This is good cricket. That was Freiling. Managed to hit the stumps. Kevin O'Brien very lucky that he got back quickly.
This ball has turned a bit. Kevin O'Brien had come a long way down, but he is home safely.
Yasir ये
Great
ढूंढ
piece
रहा है
of
बीच
work by
वाला
the
बॉल.
fielder. Freiling just underarmed it. 60th ball. He bowls a dot, and that is a very good over. Just 3 runs and a wicket. It is 73 for 2 after 60 balls or 10 overs.
Sobe, you come here, huh? Stay there.
Down to the last 30 balls of the Kandy innings, Kandy Samp army. They haven't really been able to make much out of the first 60 balls, but they need to accelerate from here. They got Irfan Pathan out there, they got O'Brien, Kevin O'Brien. It's going to be Barber. It's just going over the wicket to the left-hander now. He's got 3 men on the leg side boundary for Irfan Pathan. 5 on the leg, 4 on the off.
जैसे ने थोड़ा बाहर
Barber
डाला है.
tends to go pretty wide to the crease at the point of delivery and tends to slide it across the left-hander.
1.
Right, it's 74 for 2. Let's go downstairs and join Ayushi and let's see whom she has.
What a great start of the week with 2 amazing matches already, and here I have been joined by Tino Best from Kandy Samp Army. First of all, how are you feeling here? How is Sri Lanka treating you, and how are you liking this new format of 90 balls?
Oh, first of all, it's always a pleasure to come to Sri Lanka, one of my favorite destinations to play cricket. Yeah, I mean 90 overs, 90 balls, sorry, not 90 overs. Talking about
That
a
would
test
be
match.
too long.
Yeah, but yeah, it's a good innovation as well. You know, obviously you're always looking for different ways to make the game more interesting. So yeah, I'm all about it.
And if we speak about the target, what number should the scoreboard has for you to defend?
Look, 150, anything north of 150 would be good, but you still got to work what you have. You know, being an old pro, you know, you just want runs on the board, and you know, you're running and try your best.
And how does it feel to play with the old champs that you have played with before?
Yeah, I mean, you know, playing cricket, you know, not as fit as I used to be. I'm more gym fit than bowling fit. But regardless, you know, it's always good to play cricket, always looking to run in and enjoy myself. You know, one of my good friends always say, you know, play the game for as long as you can and always enjoy it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so very much as well.
76 for 2. Tino Best, he's raring to go, I'll tell you. Ball with good pace. This is Kevin O'Brien, and he's cleared the ropes. He's got a 6. He's been aiming to go over extra cover, and finally he's managed to hit it over long off for 6. That is a great blow.
Strong boy, Kevin O'Brien, man from Dublin. And that is a flat 6 over extra. And he means business tonight, Big Kev.
that's better.
Well
That
done.
is much better. Slower, sliding back into the right hand. It just didn't give him that length to go over long off, so was looking to play off the back foot. Just followed the batter. Cramped him a little bit. Last ball. That's well bowled. That is very well bowled. That is clever bowling. Barber was brilliant.
In chess terms, that's checkmate. 82 for 2.
नहीं ये तो तू करेगा ना नहीं तो फिर आ जाएगा बीच में मैं उधर से काम
82 for 2 after 66 balls. They're left with 24. Now take a look at the skillfulness of Barber. He's a canny operator. Look at what he does. Now Kevin O'Brien was giving himself a lot of room, but what Barber did was he just kept following him. That's brilliant bowling. Right, that's the confirmation that the batting power play is taken. Now this is the opportunity for Kandy. Now that would mean that just 3 fielders are allowed outside the 30-yard circle for just 1 over. Now the batting power play is just 1 over. And it's Irfan who will bowl. But this is going to be a big moment in the game for the Samp Army, the Kandy Samp Army. They need to get something big here. Wilco, at this rate, just going at little over 7 runs is not going to be enough.
Some Irfan Pathan, and he's got the third man and the fine leg up inside the circle, so he can have a little nudge here, a little slice.
Good start, good start. He was looking to go over fine leg or short fine leg because there is a fielder, but that was a good start, a dot to start with. Kevin O'Brien. Now the field is almost the same, just the right hand on strike, short third and short fine leg in. He's also got a long off, or mid off inside the circle. He's got a point on the boundary, square leg. And where's the other one?
If this is going across Kevin O'Brien will be looking over extra cover. And that's why they're putting a long off. They've worked him out. They know that what he likes to do. So I would think they should keep a point out there, but there's a long off. Where's this going? If it's leg stump, it's going leg side.
Pace off. It's gone high. It has really gone into the night sky. Will this be taken? It is taken. It's a good catch. Ben Dunk is the catcher. Wasn't an easy chance. It went really, really high.
This has gone into another stratosphere. This has gone so high, and those lights will have come into contention. But Ben Dunk, good hands, Ben. Well done. Mohammad Irfan gets his man, and that's a good scalp to get Kevin O'Brien, who's gone for 27, 83 for 3.
For 3. Now this is, don't forget, the batting power play, and Yusuf Pathan comes out to join his brother Irfan Pathan. Now this is going to be the Pathan party, the Pathans, Irfan and Yusuf. Let's see what they could do. They haven't been left with too many balls to play with, but that strike rate, people, look at that.
Yeah, he's a fantastic player on his day, or in the night, but he's got that 100, of course. That Kevin O'Brien was looking to make some room, and that's the shot he plays, to go downtown. But that ball had gone up a long, long way. It's unfortunate that he found Ben Dunk, who's got a great pair of hands.
That looks a formidable unit. Jesse Ryder. There is Chris Gayle. Colombo Lions, they look a good side, but this target, 83 for 3, at the moment seems inadequate. Now, Yusuf Pathan didn't have a good outing in that last game. Gets an edge, it's a healthy one, it's 4. They needed it, and Yusuf Pathan, he has started to move with the boundary of the first ball.
Well, it's difficult to place a field for this. That's a genuine edge. And your third man is up inside the circle, so you've got no chance. If it beats that inner ring, it's gone.
3 balls in the batting power play. They've got 5 runs and a wicket. They're left with 3 more deliveries. Opportunity here for Yusuf Pathan, who's on strike. They've got 3 deliveries to go here. Our pace should be taken. Ben Dunk again. Yes, easy one. Quite easy. Yusuf Pathan. Boundary. And then a simple catch to mid-off.
And very quietly, Mohammad Irfan has picked up his 2nd wicket. He's only conceded 15 runs in 16 balls. Ben Dunk, it's another on his birthday. It's a gift. So Yusuf has gone. He's gone for 4, 87 for 4.
For 4 now. Kandy Samp is starting to lose wickets. Yusuf Pathan just getting out. Before that, Kevin O'Brien. They don't seem to have much on the board to try and challenge this pretty strong Colombo Lions. Jonathan Fu is a new batter. So 30 games, strike rate of closing on 130, a best of 42. He's from the West Indies, Jonathan Fu. He's left with two deliveries in the batting power play. This is perfect for the Colombo Lions. They've done brilliantly. And Mohammad Irfan has been very good in this batting power play.
There you go once again. That is the dismissal. Yusuf Pathan not middling it, was looking to go mid-wicket, but only found Ben Dunk at mid-off. Ben Dunk been in the thick of the action. He's picked up a couple of catches in this game. The birthday boy, 87 for 4, Samp Army.
This is the first time a team has lost 2 wickets in the batting power play. Go square, that's 4. For a moment I thought the fielder at point was in business. Not to be. Ends the over with the boundary. 9 runs and 2 wickets. It's 91 for 4.
Oh, I didn't even say, man.
They've got to get a move on here, they really do. 91 for 4 with this powerhouse batting unit that's in the field at the moment. You think, well, surely they don't have enough here with 18 deliveries remaining.
इन दोनों में से किसको तीसरा ओवर किसको कराना है? किसको? ओ लेफ्टी को कराना है? इरफान को?
Yasir Shah.
जेसी को? हाँ वो सही कर रहा था वैसे नया ना लगाई वो सही कर रहा था हाँ
Oh, he's hit that well, but it's about the placement because there's 2 men back there on the leg side.
Very well done. So Irfan Pathan, as you said, looking to get a move on. They need to get a move on. They've got 17 deliveries remaining after this. Yeah, Yasir Shah just a fraction short, and Irfan Pathan Look at the power behind that to get it into that gap.
When you talk about power, this is on show. That is an absolute beauty from Irfan Pathan.
Now Yashir Shah had better figures, so look at this one. Tossed up, and thank you very much, says Irfan Pathan. That's exactly where I wanted it. So 10 off 2 balls now in this over. It's damaging Yashir Shah's figures. He had 1 for 11 from the previous 12 deliveries.
Irfan Pathan got 39 of 24 deliveries in their previous game, the Samp Army. He's going to have to do something similar, if not something better than that, and quickly. I think Yashir Shah will prefer bowling to Jonathan Fu here, the right-hander. Might be trying to bowl wicket to wicket in the hope that Fu tries to swing across the line and gets the length wrong. Oh, that's short, so it'll just be a single, so he's got away with that.
It was a poor delivery, but Fu thought should have done better with that. But now Yashir Shah, what does he do? Does he go stick to round the wicket with Irfan Pathan? Yes, he's going round the wicket.
And oh no, dropped. Jesse Ryder puts it down.
Well, how costly can that miss be? Jesse Ryder. Is he okay? He's a big foe. Oh, yeah. Let's take a look at this again. Get another short delivery. Irfan Pathan not getting the real elevation. Oh, that should have been taken. But did he damage his fingers the way he caught that? He looks okay. Let's take a look. Oh, no. Yeah. He was in a little bit of pain. And now he's going out of the line.
Yeah, the ball just burst through his hands, and I think it's hit him on the inner thigh. And look, that ball is not a tennis ball. It's extremely hard. It'll be very, very sore. So Naroz Mangal has come on, the substitute fielder. He's found himself at deep mid-wicket. He'll change around now, because that's the end of the 78th delivery. Yashir Shah's overs complete. 106 for 4. So their biggest over of the innings, Kandy Samp Army, that one, 16 off it. That's a good over. But they need to finish here with something similar. I mean, they would take 32 of these final 12 deliveries. Now, there's an opportunity here for Colombo to now utilize our little rule where one bowler can bowl 24 balls. And then they're going to choose, you would think they would choose Mohammad Irfan. Right, so there it is. Mohammad Irfan is the man that's been chosen. Only one man can bowl 24 deliveries. He's bowled 18. He's been very impressive. 2 for 19 so far in his 18 balls. He's 4 men inside the circle. Extra cover, backward point, short third and a short fine leg. Lots of fielders away on the leg side boundary.
Good start from Irfan. Now, actually, the problem that Colombo will have is 4 bowlers have finished 3 overs each. So Huck has just bowled 1 over. And so that's the key. Who will bowl the last over?
That's a very good point. That's a very good point. Babar has bowled 3. Freiling has bowled 3. Yashir Shah has bowled 3. So you're 100% correct with this. Irfan bowling now. He's going to bowl his 24 balls out. Is it Huck? Do they throw it to Gayle with his little off spinners? All right, so they are left with a conundrum for those final 6. But it's Irfan for now. Uncle have a shy, but safely home.
They wouldn't mind this, isn't it, Colombo? As long as the singles are coming, as they can curtail the boundaries. Colombo will feel that if they can keep Kandy within the range of 120, 125, they've done good. But on the other hand, Irfan Pathan might have other ideas to try and take it beyond that point.
Oh, that's out of town. That is a biggie.
So Irfan Pathan has the better of Mohammad Irfan. He loves it in that area, isn't it, Irfan? He likes to go downtown and maybe try and get it over mid-wicket. Got it over square, but he will take it.
The length's all wrong. The length's right in the hitting zone. Oh, he goes again. He really is middling them, Irfan Pathan. He's doing some damage at the back end here.
Once again, it's the length, isn't it? The length is wrong, and Irfan Pathan, he's in good nick at the moment. Take a look at this. Again short, and that is really slapped down long off for a 6.
That's just brute force. That's power. Oh, good foot. Very good foot. No point in going all the way down there for the big fella.
And I'm telling you, these boots are pretty large ones.
You don't want to catch this on the wrong part of the boot there. It's not a boot that you would use on a construction site. They're not that hard. And if it catches the toe area or the ankle. No, he's got another one. He's got another. No, he doesn't. For a moment there, I thought he had hit 3 out the ground in this second last over. But Irfan Pathan's innings comes to an end. It was a good one. It really was a good one. 30 and just 13 deliveries. He's done some damage.
So Irfan Pathan's innings comes to an end. Mohammad Irfan, a slower delivery on that occasion. Got the toe end of the bat, and Irfan Pathan could only find the fielder at long off, and that's the substitute holding on to a comfortable catch, Askar Afghan. So Irfan Pathan departs for 30. It's 120 for 5.
So just the 6 deliveries remain of this innings for Kandy. 120 for 5. You would think they still need a big one. I mean, if you think a little bit earlier, New York Strikers got over 180 in the allotted 90 balls. That is some hitting. Stewart, the new man, he'll be at the non-strikers end. And so it'll be up to Food to swing away. This is the danger. This is the danger of Inamul Haq bowling the final over.
That's gone into the grass banks. This is what Fu will be looking for. Inamul Haq. Well, that's a clean hit. I'm telling you, these West Indians, they've really packed a punch, HD.
Oh, this will be tight. This will be tight. Oh, yes, Ross Taylor. Ross Taylor. That's a lovely catch. What about that judgment?
Brilliant. How cool he was down there. Well, Inamul's got a wicket. Oh, he did the right thing. He needed to clear the fence. And how cool was Ross Taylor? Look at that. Safe as houses. Very well taken.
The awareness to know where the boundary was. Good catch that gets rid of Jonathan Fu. Huck's got a wicket. 126 for 6.
Whoa! Whoa!
Just the 4 balls. So the first one goes out the ground, the second one gets a wicket. And Tino Best, known more for his bowling and his aggressiveness with ball in hand, will now have an opportunity to try and find some boundaries. All bowlers like having a swing at the back end of an innings.
It's another West Indian in, so we've seen 3 West Indians on show. And don't forget that we got the universal boss on show.
Oh well, he didn't have a swing, did he? He said that'll be up to Stewart.
So 3 balls remaining. What does Stewart do? Does he look for the big one? He needs to. He needs to go for the big one.
What about this? First delivery you face, and you hit it out the ground. That's brilliant.
Now this is the danger, isn't it, where Colombo had. How good can Inamal be? He went for a 6 in the first ball, got a wicket, a single, and he goes for a 6 again. And this time it's Stewart coming into the party. Good clean hit down the ground, clears the rules by a mile.
He's just a little bit outside off stump, Inamal Haq, so he's allowing the batters to free their arms. He needs to be trying to cramp them for room, get in there around about leg stump into those pads. That's better. And there's protection away on the leg side. That's where the protection is. They're looking for 2. Frylink with the throw, they get through comfortably.
There's always a chance of a 2 going when it go down to the boundary, especially in this. This is the wicket that fell. Fu trying to clear long on, but only finding Ross Taylor.
Final delivery. Stewart goes downtown. Stewart goes all the way. That's a brilliant last over for Kandy. They end their 90 balls on what is more than respectable now. They looked as though they were faltering, but the last couple of overs, they really have accelerated. 141 for 6 is what they end up with. "35 runs in the last 2 overs. They will be extremely satisfied with that ending. But now they will have to defend again what can only be described as a powerhouse batting unit. One that contains one Christopher Henry Gayle. Should be fun. Should be a whole lot of fun.
So there you go. The Colombo Lions need 142 from 90 balls. So this is how the Kandy Samp Army batting went. 141 for 6, 28 from Tharanga at the top, 27 for O'Brien, 30 for Pathan of 14, and then Fu, Stewart chipping in with a couple of 6s at the end to take them to 141 for 6. And the partnerships, 49 for the second wicket between O'Brien and Tharanga being the highlight, and then 33 between Fu and Irfan. Others not really been able to build up a good partnership for the Kandy Samp Army.
Well, it was a good evening for the men with the ball in hand. Irfan 3 for 33, a little bit expensive in his last 6 balls. Huck was the one that went the distance in his last 6 balls as well. So they ended on 141 for 6. When we return, 142 is what's required from 90 balls. And Christopher Henry Gayle will be there.
Welcome back. The Kandy Samp Army really made some heavy weather towards the end. They did get 35 runs of the last two, but they also started off well with Aaron Finch looking to go after the bowling. He miscued. He was lucky. He was missed once. Good effort by Ben Dunk. But I'll tell you that the Colombo Lions bowlers were always at the batters. And then this was taken by the captain Yasir Shah. That was the first wicket. And then the partnership. Upul Taranga tried hard. Looked to go after the bowling. Not afraid to go over the top. Did find boundaries and over it. So did Kevin O'Brien. But the Samp Army wasn't really scoring at the rate they wanted. But there were glimpses of what these batters could do. This time, Yasir Shah was the victor.
We're a bit slow to start. As you mentioned, Samp Army. That was the end of O'Brien. Have a look here. Dunk safely pouching it. He had a lot of work out there this evening in the field. A bit of fortune, as you'd expect, along the way. Yusuf Pathan out. Again, not really getting many runs. He got 4 off 2 balls this evening. Mohammad Irfan with a wonderful spell. 3 for 33 tonight, really the standout. And a little onslaught towards the end. Yusuf Pathan really launched them. 30 of 14, and Jesse Ryder went down and he injured himself as he launched another one. He really was and really has given them a real opportunity in this game. When they looked as though they were going to score about 120, they got that score up to 141 in the end. So really gave them a chance in this game. And they didn't look like they were going to post anything near to the score they ended on. Some big hitting, some massive hitting, and some really good catching as well. Ross Taylor, very smart work on the boundary from him. And then Stewart at the end with some beauties straight down the ground. Really a strong finish. So 141 for 6, Samp Army end on.
Let's show you the batting card. 141 for 6 is what the Kandy Samp Army got. The last 2 overs are very productive, 35 runs. Twet made 14 of 3. Irfan Pathan gave it some life with 30 of 14. O'Brien and Taranga tried hard but just couldn't break free. But still, 141 for 6, pretty competitive here.
I got a boosting Irfan and the Fu partnership, 33 of 14. Really good work. And 49 though, Brian Taranga early on, a little bit tardy early doors, but they gave them some impetus towards the end. And now are in this game. They need to win this game, as do the opposition, the Lions as well. They haven't won a game yet. They both played one and lost one. And this is a big game for both these sides to get off the foot of the table. Fryling the standout, 5 to the over only with his 1 wicket, and then 3 for 33 from Mohammad Irfan. Really a wonderful effort there today. Yasir Shah as well, economical work from him. So a very good effort. Just let a couple slide in that last over off the bowling of Huck.
So that's the target. 142 of 90 balls is what Colombo Lions need. We're going to take a short break and we'll come back with the reply. Well, Colombo Lions need 142 runs to win this game of 90 balls after Kandy Samp Army made a very competitive 141 for 6, fighting really hard towards the end. 35 runs of 2 overs, with Stewart making 14 of 3 and really injected some life into this innings. And I can tell you that Sri Lanka is one of the top tourist destinations if you're thinking of visiting. It is a place that has so much for everybody. There's wildlife, beautiful scenes, the waterfalls, the culture, the pageants, and beautiful hotels. And what about the tea? Sri Lankan tea. And indeed, it's a place that you should book and you should look forward to visiting. Sri Lanka welcomes you. And I'm sure it will be an unforgettable experience with the beautiful beaches thrown into the mix. So much to offer for every traveler looking to come to Sri Lanka. Right, time for the reply. Here comes the universal boss, as they call him, Chris Gayle.
Looks like that. Let's see. Just right.
So Colombo Lions need 142 of 90 balls. Now when you look at that kind of target, it doesn't seem to be a frightening one, considering the type of batting Colombo Lions have here, John.
I think it's competitive. They're in this game though. They were looking at scoring 120. Ben Dunk out there to start with Christopher Henry Gayle, as we know, his aura about him. He's arrived in Sri Lanka and people know he's in town, that's for sure. The excitement is evident. He's arrived, he's got his pads on, he's got that big willow in his hands, and how destructive can he be this evening? This is going to be an interesting contest. He's taking up strike off the first delivery. John Russ, Jagasar, he'll be starting, getting things underway. So Chris Gayle faces up. He's got a long on, a deep mid wicket, and a slip in position. This is going to be an intriguing little contest early doors.
Yep, we're going to have the off spinner coming in with the slip in place. Now Chris Gayle, what an amazing player he is. Here's the first ball. Straight away, just finds that ball sliding in to the left hander. 14,000 plus runs, 460 plus games. A strike rate maintained over that career, 145 plus. That was just sliding down again. He just goes round the wicket and fires the ball in. That's called a wide, and quite rightly, because that missed everything as it went through.
The Lions underway. So Gayle trots through, gets the legs going, gets off strike. Dunk facing up here. It's a lot of good work in the outfield earlier on. Took a few catches. He must be feeling pretty good about himself here. Not much turn here, just skidding on with the arm at the moment.
Firmly. Jagasar is a good option. He's an off spinner and you have 2 left-handers in. So you'd ideally want an off spinner against the left-handers. But he's different because he's sliding it back into the left-hander rather than looking for that outside edge. So that's slightly different. So Ben Dunk, now the slip goes out. That's a good option because I don't think he was going to find that outside edge with that angle, but he's having a short mid-wicket instead. He's got a long on and a deep mid-wicket. That's 4. With an offer, and Ben Dunk needed no second invitation.
This was far slower. Other deliveries were arm balls angling in. This one just a little bit slower. He used the depth of the crease just to rock back. Had a lot of time. Huge gap at extra cover. Even off the back foot he found it. Generated all the pace and power onto the stroke for his first boundary.
I think the mistake Jagasar did was bowled it slower and was also short, so allowed him the time. That's better. That's better. Now that's what he does well, because he tends to follow the left hand and he fires the ball in. Doesn't give him too much of time. Now the boundary that Ben Dunk got was tossed up and it was still a little bit too short. So that allowed him the space to play that shot.
He almost holds it like an in-swinger, and he just see him up. Gets a lot of shape with this new ball. There's Jagasar.
Again, you could see that swing or drift or whatever you call it back into the left-hander. And he's pushing it through a little bit quickly. He's not going to toss it up, I don't think, against Gayle. Yep, that's a fine tickle. They'll get a single. Very fine touch, a feather touch. The end of the first over. It's 8 without loss.
Let's go, boys, let's go.
These two. ये दो चाहिए भाई. उधर आजा.
If you're tuning in, 90 ball cricket rules, each innings 15 overs or 90 balls. That's the play of the day. The first 4 overs, that's the bowling power play. And each bowler is permitted to bowl 3 overs maximum each. One bowler is allowed to bowl 4. One bowler is allowed the 4. So batting power play is between 10 and 14, I should say. And 1 strategic time per innings by the 48th ball. So a couple of new intricacies of the 90 ball game. And Pofu, he's into the attack.
Again from round the wicket. He is another one that angles the ball into the left-hander. Bowls good outswing to the right-handers, but prefers to go round the wicket all the time to the left-hander. That economy is decent under 8. Best of 4 for 17.
And leg one? That's one.
But what the Kandy Samp army want here is wickets. They need wickets at the top. They just need to get into this Colombo Lions batting. Dunk on strike. Oh, helped it on its way. It's 6. Look at that angle. He was going round the wicket, bringing it into the left-hander, and what Dunk did so well was just helped it with the pace.
That's what you know. You know your game so well when bowlers have a certain skill set. You know which shots are on. He got inside of it. Ramp pulled it in a way, really got inside and just went with the swing, as you mentioned. Fine leg up in the ring. Brilliant inventiveness here early on from Dunk.
There was pace, there was bounce, there was movement. So it all worked in Dunk's favour. Again, that's poor bowling. That's really poor bowling. He's starting on the wrong line. He needs to start outside the off stump if it's angling it back. Start straight, asking for trouble.
With this low slinging action, it just keeps coming in to the left-hander and keeps going down the leg side. You've got to say, well, with that sort of bowling, maybe you're better off bringing up deep, mid, deep, wide, long on, and dropping fine leg back possibly as another option. Having a quick look at some of the field setting, I think he is trying to ask the fine leg to go back. He was keen on that happening. The captain just having a word with him at mid-off, just to make sure he's pretty clear in his planning here and his execution. He's got to change where he's been bowling here.
The plan will have to be to bowl wide of the off stump and bring it back if he could. Oh, this time, that's another one. He's hitting it with the movement. Ben Dunk knows exactly what he's doing. He's understanding the bowler well. He's working those angles brilliantly.
Wow, he just got inside the line, picked up. You saw pick up pull. Now we see a pick up off the front foot. Hitting with it, really clever batting this, and he's decided this is the over. He's going to put the foot down. We talk about the batting power play early on. These first 4 overs is where you can do some damage and get yourself off to a flyer, and they certainly have done that.
Picked up 17 runs of the first 4. That's better. That's more the line, but he still gets it in the gap. Irfan Pathan does well. He'll be happy with 2, but that's the line he would want to bowl. Ben Dunk just pushed it a little bit upishly, found the gap, but ideally Mpofu should be looking to do that. Bring it back into the left-hander. Don't bowl straight and find that angle. They've got 27 of the first 11 deliveries in this 90-ball game. Last ball of the over. Oh, easy. It's a little bit too easy. That's 4. Lack of pace. The width on offer. Ben Dunk has cashed in. He's made 27 of 8. It's 31 without loss.
So there we go, first over, pretty small in comparison really, 8 off the first and 23 off the next. That is some big damage done, and now the Lions needing 111 from 78 balls. The entertainment is being thoroughly enjoyed. Palakeli International Stadium. That's really wonderful action. Dunk has entertained us. We're waiting for the big man Chris Gayle to start opening up his shoulders. They'll have to deal with another off spinner. Jagasa again has his second over.
See, that's a big statement that the Colombo Lions have made, setting the tone with those runs of the 6 balls. Then Mpofu bowled 23 runs, given them 32 of the first 13. This is that Mpofu over. Look at Ben Dunk. Look at the way he's using the angle. Look how beautifully he's working those angles and the movement. Oh, this is in the... Oh, I thought for a moment it was going to the grass banks, but it was high enough and well over the line. That's another 6. Ben Dunk is starting to enjoy himself.
Wow, that is some shot. 3 6s and 3 4s. He's on 33 off 9 deliveries. Ben Dunk, he's turning it on here. What a shot.
Good ball, good ball.
Again, Jagasar just bowling it slower, searching for some turn. Now, fires the ball in. I think that's missing leg stump. That definitely appears to be missing leg stump. Well, Upul Taranga's not happy, but if it was fired in. Let's take a look. Where is it going? Yeah, I think Upul Taranga has a case here, because he was given out to almost a similar delivery. Now look at Ben Dunk. He's using every inch and every opportunity to score runs. That was marginally pitched up and on the off stump. And Ben Dunk gets a boundary through extra cover.
He has mixed up the pace. He's gone quick. He's gone slower. And both have gone to the boundary now. So I wonder where he's going to turn now. Really, Ben Dunk taking it to him here. This is a mammoth innings. 37 off 11 Dunk.
Where is Chris Gayle? We're all waiting for him. But it's Ben Dunk who has stolen the show. He's made 37 of 12. Chris Gayle has been a spectator. 3 of 5. Oh, I'm sure he's quite enjoying it at the non-striker's end. Breaking no sweat. Running hard. They'll get a single. Another big over. 12 runs off it. 18 balls. Colombo Lions are 43 without loss.
Humps.
Now that requirement is very manageable with all 10 wickets in hand. 99 of 72 balls. The required run rate is just over 8 runs an over. 8.25, that's per over. But if you were to look at runs versus balls, 99 of 72. Don't forget, this is a 90 ball innings. Kandy Samp Army made 141 for 6. Colombo Lions are now starting to make that chase look a little bit easy.
Tino Best, he's into the attack, and this could be interesting. High pace, Ben Dunk, he's going to go. He's going to have a go at him here, no doubt about it. He's going to be firmly under the pump here. Best for 4, best of 4 for 19. T20 cricket, he's running in here. This is going to be interesting.
Thank you, Aaron.
Sliced, it's going down to third man. It's going to fall safe. Tino Best was pleading. He was shouting. He wanted that catch. It was out of the outer reach of the fielder. Let's try to, if we can pick up what Tino Best says here. No, we can't, but maybe even the reaction. That was a good effort. That was a good effort. Can you lip read?
Catch it, Finchy. That's what he was saying. He didn't get there. But Chris Gayle, he's on strike now. So let's have a look here. He's going to go for a deep square leg and a third man now.
Right, Chris Gayle on strike. Makes it look so easy. Real effort ball. You heard the grunt.
Same thing.
But look at how Chris Gayle handled it.
He got a little bit bored with that one, didn't he? Had a bit of a yawn as he played that guard down to third man, and he's not too fussed, is he? His partner on the other end is smoking it to all corners. Chris Gayle likes it down the non-strikers. Great view of Dunk going about his business.
I think he's doing the right thing. He's letting Dunk do all the work. He's on a roll here. Dunk 39 of 14. Again, a swing and a miss. I love Tino Best's reactions. Really love it. Always a very excitable character.
I think Dunk's got the quickest 50 in the tournament on his mind. Utapa, 50 of 22 balls. That's the quickest half century in this tournament so far. And Dunk's got 6 balls to get it. And he's got a real opportunity here. Where is he looking to hit Tino Best? He looked to pick him up over mid-wicket. There are 2 fielders in that area now. Deep mid-wicket and deep square leg.
Now the highest power play score has been 46. New York Strikers got it in the last game.
Thank you.
Not in control. He wants the fielder to take it. Tino Best. As soon as it was hit in the air, I think it came off the splice. Fell well short of the field at mid-wicket. Now that best score in the power play has been equal. This is the 3rd time it's been done. Can the Colombo Lions better it?
He gets so worked up, Tino Best. He wants a wicket every single ball, and when it doesn't happen, he seems shocked. He's really, I can't believe it. What's going on? When he does get that wicket, let me know. Tell you, you'll know about it.
Love the commitment, really love the commitment. He's giving it his all. And the grunt, you could hear that grunt, tells you the effort. Runs in hard, bends his back. Looks to bowl fast even at this stage. And he's pretty fit, doesn't he? He appears to be keeping himself quite fit. Right, it's going to be the last ball of the power play. 46 has been the highest we've seen in a power play at the moment. Colombo Lions have got there. Gayle on strike, 4 of 7. Outside the leg stump, and he's very hopeful. And that's the best power play score in the tournament of the Legends Cricket Trophy. It's 47 without loss after 24 deliveries, Colombo Lions.
In the first power play, guys.
it's that time of night where I think you should fasten your seatbelts. And Christopher Henry Gayle hasn't got going yet. He's just turned the engine over, and we've had the end of the bowling power play. 47 for no wicket. Christopher Henry has had a rather quiet time, but he, like us, has very much enjoyed what's happening from the bend dunk end. Bend dunk and slam dunk, both of them. So Navin Stewart hails from the beautiful island of Trinidad and Tobago. Goodness, that has gone like a rifle shot. That has been absolutely bludgeoned by Chris Gayle.
It's very rare, isn't it? You see that Chris Gayle becomes a spectator in a partnership.
Well, he's enjoyed it. I've seen Ben Dunk for many years, and he has taken opposition bowlers apart, and he's doing that right now. 16 balls, he's amassed 40, striking at 250. Nothing on the ball, nothing on it whatsoever.
Well, he's played in a lot of leagues, isn't it, all over the world. So many leagues, Ben Dunk. So he's got loads of experience. He's a very powerful hitter. But this man is much more powerful when he gets going.
The worry for somebody like Chris Gayle as the 50 comes up for the Colombo Lions is that something innocuous will come his way. He'll try to hit it into the next postcode, and it might just get through. But at the moment, he's just taking his time. It's been all about Ben Dunk in this reply. That could be a wide. It is just skirting, skirting with that blue line. Some umpires might just be a little more lenient there, but that was on it. That was on the line.
We're going to re-bowl that. Stewart, he started off well in this over.
That was delivered with a cross seam, so you've got a chance if it lands on the smooth side, it might just go through. You can see how that wobbled cross seam, and if it lands on the seam while it's rotating, then you've got a chance of the ball just grabbing into the surface just a little. Good shot for 1 run. Christopher Henry's not at all bothered about a second.
Well, I like the way Stewart's gone about. It's been a very decent over. Just the 5 coming off it from the 5 deliveries. And he's mixing things up, isn't it? He's bowling cross seam, he's bowling, he's delivering it late, releasing it late. Trying to bowl wide of the crease.
That's a good place to be long off when Chris Gayle is in. 53 for no wicket.
There you go. Some of the spectators have come in to watch this game. A few families. And there you go. That's another part of the spectators. Now, you know what that's called, what they were eating? Yeah. That's called the pol roti. That's a customary food that is used in Sri Lanka. They make it with coconut.
Oh, we'll have to try it. We'll have to try it. Meanwhile, Tino Best. Yeah, I like this contest. Tino Best, Barbados. Chris Gayle, Jamaica. And when the big boys go against each other in the Caribbean, they hold nothing back. It's all about pride. Tino Best has been a fantastic performer over the years. He's still very fit. His physique, I mean, he works out in the gym, as you can see, but he'll want to get this one. He'll want this scalp. If nothing else tonight, if nothing else, Tino Best would want to get Chris Gayle to be able to tell everyone tonight and tomorrow and the next day for the rest of the tournament that he got Chris Gayle out. He's keeping him honest at this stage. He's giving Chris Gayle nothing to work with.
It's been a good line, isn't it? He's bowling into to his body, not allowing Chris Gayle to free his arms, and also the length is very important against Gayle. The moment if you miss by an inch, you're in trouble.
Just a glancing look. There's nothing between them at the moment, these two. They're just... He knows that Tino Best wants him. Tino Best knows that Gayle knows he wants him. And I think there's a lot of pride right there, because at the moment, Chris Gayle, 9 from 14. Now that's okay, because Ben Dunk, 42 from 19. And that's why this partnership has been as productive as it has been. Ben's working up a steam there, and a little bit pink under that visor. He's gone after this. He's gone after it, and will get 4. He's in best of moods with the bat tonight.
Well, he's moved on to 46. Well, I thought Tino Best bowled a better length with the Gayle here, trying to go fuller, and Ben Dunk just slaps that one away.
Well, this has gone, and Tino Best didn't enjoy that. He did not enjoy that, I can tell you, because he had a little word with Ben Dunk. That's a wide, that's a wide. He did not enjoy the previous shot that Ben Dunk laced into it. It was from the inside half of the bat, and he's just saying, hey, listen, you don't do that to me. And I think he's just said, that's your one for the over. Now I'm going to get you next time. Just a little word. I love it when a fast bowler, when the red mist comes down, oh, it's lovely. Oh, into the ribs, into the ribs. Now there we are. Tino Best. Hey, come on, Tino. I think what he's saying is, how good is your hotel? Because he said ours is quite good. And he said, if you want to pop along for a drink tonight, something like that.
Well, that might have hurt Ben Dunk a little, but he doesn't show it. But that's good change of pace from Tino. I like that. I like that when a fast bowler goes up to the batsman and says something.
Right. I reckon short. Short, menacing. gone up a long way. Who's underneath it? It's gone. Kevin O'Brien answers the call for Tino Best. Well, that little mini contest, you might say, was won by Tino Best. And he'll give you his version of it later tonight, no doubt.
Well, there you go. As you correctly said, a short delivery. Dunk tried to clear square, and Kevin O'Brien, he's got bucket-like hands, isn't it? And he won't miss that.
Never short of a word. It was a great innings while it lasted, really enjoyable. Ben Dunk, 46 from 22 and a set of bruised ribs, 59 for 1. Jesse Ryder, the former New Zealand cricketer, is in. He hits the big ball as well. Strike rate 145 in his T20 career. Tino Best put everything on. Had the feeling it had to be short, and Ben Dunk wanted to take it on. Kevin O'Brien doesn't drop many catches, I'll tell you that. He's got good hands. And Tino gave him the send-off. The emotional Tino Best. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh, sit back and enjoy this now.
This is the universal boss for you. There you go. You just can't give that win. And there you go. That's just smacked into the banks.
It was right there. It was a long half volley, and Chris Gayle doesn't miss out on those. Oh dear, it's gone straight up. It's gone straight up, but it is safe. It is safe. Navin Stewart must have felt for a moment he'd got his man.
You good? Oh.
Got it high on the bat, but lucky for Chris Gayle, that ball falling in no man's land. But for a moment, the bowler might have felt, I got my man, and not anybody else, Chris Gayle.
Yes, that was one to tell your children, wasn't it? I got Chris Gayle tonight in Palakeli, but he didn't. And yet another left-hander, Jesse Ryder. There won't be too many singles between these two, Jesse Ryder and Chris Gayle. Well, Chris Gayle will walk a single, but basically he doesn't need them.
Maybe they'll walk the single, but twos are definitely out of the equation.
This man has got 22 T20 centuries, 22 of them, miles ahead of the next person. Don't think he's got enough of this, but it's safe again. He's teasing the fielders. 68 for 1. Kevin O'Brien thought he was in business again.
Again, change of pace, off break from Stewart. Getting the toe into the bat. Still not able to clear the ropes. Oh, that's a good delivery. That's a good delivery. That had pace.
Strong boy, Navin Stewart. I think he's had enough of the fun as well. He wants to break up the little party atmosphere. A bit more in this. It's halfway down, and that's why it's gloved Jesse Ryder. I mean, I think this is bouncing his half of the pitch. No pace again. That's why it's just almost feathered off the outside edge. 42 balls have gone, 69 for 1. Colombo Lions are well ahead with this chase. They're 69 for 1. At this stage, the Kandy Samp Army, they were 50 for 1. So 19 runs the difference at this stage after 7 overs, 42 balls, 48 balls remaining. The Lions need 73. It's going to be Tino Best once again. He's bowled 2 overs, 12 deliveries, 1 for 10. He's on fire, Tino. He got that wicket of Ben Dunk with a bouncer. I wonder if he'll give Jesse Ryder the same. Ooh, that was quick. That was quick. And it was on Jesse Ryder before he knew it.
Very well done. Tino Best is giving everything he's got. He knows how important wickets are. Look at that. Oh, that one really hurried on to Jesse.
Third man might come into contention here. Fancy Jesse Ryder to give himself some room. Yeah, it's heading that way. I think if he stays side on, he'll be looking at that offside. I don't think he's interested too much in hooking Tino Best, but it's a good burst. This is from Tino, the Barbados quickie. Okay, I think he psyched himself up here. I think this could be a little contest again now between these two. Oh dear. Keep an eye on Tino Best. Watch the steam. Watch the steam. Oh man. That's not what to do when Tino Best is the bowler.
Well, he will be very disappointed, Tino. Shehbaz Nadeem, he really misread that one. And just look at Tino. Oh, there you go. There you go. That's Tino for you.
Right. 3 deliveries. Horrible misfield. Chris Gayle on strike. Tino on the edge. It's got all the makings of something nasty. Well bowled. He tried to get the Yorker in.
He's still battling, Chris. Yeah.
Chris Gayle's made 22 of 19. It's not the Gayle that we would really want to see. So the Hurricane Gayle hasn't struck Palekele yet, Alan.
No, but he knows that he can just bide his time. He knows he's got the firepower, and if he can see Tino Best off, Tino Best is bowling his 3rd over here. They got time on their hands. 67 from 44. Change of pace, well bowled.
He's giving it all, isn't it? He's giving it all, Tino Best. Just 16 from his 17 balls. This is fantastic from Tino. Oh, it would have been 13 if not that for that misfield for the boundary. So it's been very good bowling from Tino.
No, he's had a good spell. He's had a good night. I like the aggression. It's the meanness. Yeah, it's genuine passion that you get from Tino Best. Gives everything, leaves nothing back at the hotel. Cross seam.
Sorry, Jess.
48 balls have gone, 8 overs, 76 for 1. And after 48 balls, the umpires will say we'll have a timeout.
The Colombo Lions need 66 more runs of 42 balls, and the requirement is 9.43. That's where the game is. Kandy Samp made 141 for 6, and Colombo Lions at the moment looking good on 76 for 1.
Well, the two big men came out, Dunk and Gayle, and while the world expected it to be the Chris Gayle show, it wasn't. It was the birthday boy, Ben Dunk, who went to town on Christopher Mpofu. Mpofu from around the wicket, bowling right into the hitting zone, and Ben Dunk helped himself to boundary after boundary after boundary. He threatened the fastest 50 in the competition, but unfortunately 46 of just 22 deliveries. And then it was Tino Best who ended up dismissing the burly left-hander Dunk.
That's been the only wicket so far lost by the Colombo Lions. Meanwhile, Chris Gayle at the other end was pretty quiet, but he started to move, and that wasn't great fielding. So at the moment, 76 for 1 of 48 balls. The partnership is just beginning, 17 of 12. Jesse Ryder hasn't got into his stride as yet, 4 of 7, but Gayle 1-4 and 1-6 already. And Mpofu went for 23 runs of those 6 balls. Best has been good. He's bowled 18 deliveries for just 17. Stewart too going at an economy of 8 runs and over. Kandy, they need wickets here, and here Mpofu is back, and he'll need to bowl better. Again bowling to the left-handers. He's got this natural angle back into the left-hander. He's got a short fine leg. Gets a healthy edge on the bounce to third man. For a moment I thought third man was in business. Just fell short of him.
Actually does well here to get his body behind the ball, because this could easily have skipped past him as well. Right, this could be an interesting contest now. Mpofu versus Gayle around the wicket. Gayle likes to go between mid-off and deep mid-wicket. Those are his real scoring areas. That's what he likes to do.
Drags it from outside the off-stump, more of an inside edge. But yeah, that's the area he generally likes. And that angle from Mpofu just helps the left-hander. to attempt that shot. But these two deliveries have been better. He's gone slightly wider to the left-handers. The last time he was straighter and Ben Dunk just feasted. Jesse Ryder on strike. Ben Dunk pretty unfortunate, just missed out on that half century. 46 of 22. Nicely forced off the back foot. Again, only a single.
You know, while Gayle's at the wicket, no required run rate is a problem. But if he gets out here, this run rate is creeping. It's nearly at 10 to the over. Now we know that you just hit one out the ground and it comes down a little bit, but Gayle is the prize wicket for Kandy.
Yeah, he's on strike. Goes square. There is a man on the boundary. So far this over has been good, just 4 singles. So this is a really good comeback by Mpofu, because he is stifling the batting. That asking rate is starting to climb, just under 10 at the moment. But as you said, with Chris Gayle there, he could just bring it down to manageable levels with 1 or 2 strokes.
And just remember, we're a couple of balls away here, 8 balls away from a power play being an option for the batting side. They can take their 1 over of power play. There's 6 balls.
Taken at cover. That's a good catch. That's a really good catch. That's Aaron Finch. Just a little push. That ball bounced a bit. And Jesse Ryder has to walk back.
He was trying to get this up and over, but there wasn't enough pace on the ball, and Finch made up some good room there to go diving to his left. So Ryder's innings comes to an end. Would have been a while since Jesse Ryder had a hit. He goes for 6, 80 for 2.
Well, Jesse Ryder is known to be a powerful striker, but what about this man, Ross Taylor? And when he starts batting, he's smooth as silk. He's so good. Such a stylish player. Technically sound, is a brilliant record. Well over 6,500 runs. Now this is what happened. Jesse Ryder was just looking to play that little push over point. Didn't have the pace. And eventually Aaron Finch, good catch. Had to move quickly. And then a two-handed dive. Now this will be a good contest, because Mpofu gets the ball to angle across the right-hander, brings it into the left-hander, but he takes it away from the right-hander because that's his natural angle. Fine leg goes out to the boundary. Third on the boundary as well.
Yes, middle. Leg. Middle leg. Yeah, center, please. That center. That is center. Thank you, sorry.
Those edges are so thick now. When you ask the umpire for middle stump, he says, I don't know, I can't see it.
It might cover all 3 stumps. Looking to go straight. Gets a single. It's a good over. Really good comeback by Mpofu. 54 balls been bowled. It's 81 for 2.
Right set, Bobby. Well done, Bobby.
Run rate is over 10 runs and over. 61 of 36 balls. Just a reminder, it's a 90 ball innings. 141 for 6 is what Kandy had of their 90 balls. They're enjoying themselves. They're apparently from the Somerset County Cricket Club. Jagasar's back. He's gone for 20 of 12 balls.
Bobby.
Yeah, I think here's the contest now. The off spinner against these two. I don't think Gayle will want to see that required rate drift any further than 11, 12. He'll want to get a bit of control on it. And how he does that is he just nonchalantly knocks 2 out the ground and it goes back down to 8. Taylor, though, would favour the ball spinning back into him.
See, what Jagasar does is he tends to appears to be an off spinner but tends to fire the ball in,
Come on, guys. Come on,
and
guys.
it tends to slide across rather than spin back. And that seemed to be more with the seam than real spin, and he's pushing it through quickly. Short and wide, cannot find the gap, just a single. I'll tell you what, Colombo Lions can't afford to be playing singles for too long. They need a few boundaries.
Will he be the man? Will he be the man that Kandy decide to use to bowl the extra 6 balls, to be the bowler that gets the opportunity to bowl 24? Gayle will want to play Jagasaw like a seamer here, not as a spinner.
He's got that leg side area open. He's got boundary riders, but plenty open areas in front.
Yes.
Done him. Slower delivery. That was cleverly bowled. That was the off break. That's not the one that came back into the left-hander. He pushed it up, tossed it up a bit, and Chris Gayle has been bowled by Jagasaw.
Yeah, that is the off break, and it does turn. It does turn. This is a very, very big wicket here for Kandy as well, because this is the big man. Gayle didn't do the damage we expected, 24 of 22. The Lions now 82 for 3.
Asghar Afghani's new batter coming out, former Afghanistan captain. Now this is ideal for Kandy because they just got 2 new batters in. Ross Taylor just 3 balls for 2. Asghar Afghan just in. Now can they get in a few cheap overs? Let's pile on a little bit of pressure. Now, that's his record. The strike rate is over 120, a best of 95. Plenty of experience there for Asghar Afghan. He's another powerful striker. There is batting left. Freiling, Adnan Akmal, who opened the batting, hasn't appeared as yet. That's what he does with the right hand on strike. Tends to fire the ball in and slide it rather than look to bowl the off break.
Yeah, Gayle would have played him like a seamer after I'd suggested it, because he had just bowled seamer. But this one was cleverly bowled. Tossed it up, got a little bit of turn. Deserved it. Nice bit of bowling.
Stop.
At the moment, they're looking to stifle this pair of batters. He's bowled 2 dots, 2 singles, and a wicket, turning out to be a good over. Now, can he finish well? The 60th ball about to be bowled. And he will get a single. Excellent over. Very, very fine over. 84 for 3.
Russ, stop effort, buddy. Finch it.
.84 for 3. Ross Taylor 3. Asghar Afghan 1. That's what they need. 58 of 30. It's getting tight for the Colombo Lions. Tino Best, what a character. Every ball with him is an event. Expects a wicket of every ball. Anything in the air, always looks for a catch. Wholehearted cricketer. Gives it his all. Willing to run in, willing to bowl fast, willing to be aggressive.
You want Midland leg? Irfan, they also.
And at the moment, he's bowled 18 balls for 17 runs and a wicket.
Ball, left arm round. Yeah, 12 is here. 12
Shabaz Nadeem, plenty of experience. That economy rate is good. It's under 7 runs, 150 games. That is T20 cricket. So now he's got 2 right-handers to bowl. Will he find some purchase off this track? Now, if he does, that is going to be interesting. Doesn't have a slip, but he's got a man on the point boundary and long off.
Oh, well done.
Yeah, just whether wonder whether Gayle made the correct decision in trying to take Jagasaw on there, because he's now bowled 3 overs. Best has bowled 3 overs. Only one of them can bowl that extra over.
Yes, yes, yes.
And Nadeem is the 5th bowler, and surely Gayle would have looked around the field and got, they've got to bowl him at some stage, and he's the one that I can take on.
Keep bowling, guys.
The question is, would the Samp Army captain want to go with a spinner for the 4th over, with the pitch slowing down, gripping a little bit, or go with Tino Best, extra pace?
Extra.
That's the choice he needs to make here.
Yeah.
There's turn. They think there is a catch. They think there was an edge. But not the umpire, but there was definite turn. That's what excited the keeper and the bowler.
Steady, boys, steady. Standing here.
Suddenly, the runs seem to have dried up. That's a wide.
To answer your question,
Come on,
which I know wasn't addressed to me, but I think it will depend on when they take the batting power play. I don't know if they'll want to bowl Jagasaw in a batting power play. It's a big shot, but it's slipping down the leg side. So I think that's the question. That they'll wait for that batting power play, and then when they take it, probably throw the ball to Best. Just going on with the arm.
But good little face
Finish
for
well.
the Kandy Samp Army. They managed to pull it back a lot. The asking rate now around 13 runs to the over. That's wide, and that might be 4. That will be 4. Great effort, but you can't stop it. Yeah, wides. I think it's been given as leg bites. For a moment I thought it's wides. I thought he missed everything. 66 balls done, 91 for 3. Well, the two batters having a chat. There was a question as to whether it was byes or wides. In fact, it had to be wides, can't be byes, because it was down the leg side. The umpire thought it brushed the pad. How crucial could this be? If that was a wide, they would have got the extra run, the extra ball. Umpire Chandrika. He's at square leg. He's the one who ruled it as a leg bye. So Jagasaw is going to be the bowler that will... The batting power play hasn't been taken, but Jagasaw is going to bowl the 4th over. Now this is what we are talking about. Did this brush anything? No, I didn't see it. I didn't see anything being touched as that ball went through.
That wasn't even close. He missed that by a foot.
So it couldn't have been a leg bye.
One.
They've not been able to really get those boundaries. They've been looking for that. They've looked to try and attack them, but at best they've just got singles.
Yeah, well, it's interesting play this, because Jagasaw's on and they haven't taken the batting power play, which means he's the man that will bowl the 24 balls. So when the power play is taken, it would have to be Nadeem, it would have to be Stewart, it would have to be Mpofu that possibly bowls inside that batting power play.
Yes, one.
Again a single. Yeah, good point, HT, because Best can't bowl because he's already bowled 3 overs. Just one bowler could bowl 4. So Jagasaw's doing that. So that's a big call.
Well done, well done, well done.
It's just singles here, dealing in singles. Let's just bear in mind that the Samp Army, when they were batting, the last 2 overs went for 35. That has had a massive impact on this game. Those 35 runs in the last 2 overs, because their innings was going nowhere.
Yeah, that's what really gave them that impetus and gave them that competitive score. 141 for 6. In fact, now it's looking a very good score with the pitch slowing down. Again, the timing seemed to be a problem. They've just not been able to kick it off the square. They'll come back for 2. But the boundaries have dried up. That should be a concern for the Colombo Lions, because that asking rate now is hovering around that 14-run mark. 46 of 20 balls, if you want to look at it that way, runs versus balls. Down the ground, it's hit really hard. Good work, really good work in the deep. Saved 2 runs for sure. Brilliant fielding. Jonathan Fu, the fielder, brilliant work. Had to run around and look at the dive. And there was Finch who tied it up from long off. So 1 ball to go in the 12th over. 98 for 3 of 71 balls. Again, just a single. This is brilliant bowling. 8 runs. 99 for 3. They're down to the last 3.
This has now become a critical chase for the Colombo Lions, because the required run rate is just short of 14.5 and over.
1, 2, 3. Tino! Guys, you guys inside.
And we should be seeing the umpire give the signal for the batting power play, which means that for one over alone, there will be a maximum of 3 fielders in the outskirts, in the outfield. Right, let's go downstairs and see who we can find.
Chris Gayle, first of all, I would like to ask you about the Legends Cricket Trophy and the 90 balls format. What do you think about it?
I know what, I like it. Anything shorter these days, I'm very happy with it, to be honest with you. Just one more thing they can add to it is pretty much add a, I know what is impact player, so I don't have to feel, but it's good. I'm loving it, absolutely.
Amazing. And talking about today's match, the first innings, the Samp Army had it par below, and then the second, towards the last few overs, they accelerated. What do you think about the first innings? I'm sure you were pleased with the bowling.
Yeah, we bowled well at them at start, and they got away in the back end there. Stewart and Fu came in and hit a few sixes in the last couple of overs, and then, gave them that sort of momentum, but we started well with the bat. Ben Dung batted superbly, and I pretty much kind of played the anchor role, but, I didn't get off today. I was trying to, get the feel of things, but, it just didn't happen today. But we're still in the game. Not 40 runs from 20 balls, so, it's a possibility still.
Yeah, and what do you think about today? What will happen today about the score?
Hopefully we get that win, to be honest with you.
Yeah, we're at 9-9 right now.
Yeah, we're at 9-9. I was chasing 141, 20 deliveries to go. So hopefully we can actually get that win. But it's first and foremost, as well, it's good to be back in Sri Lanka. I haven't been here since the last last World Cup 2012.
Yeah.
So it's actually good to be here as well. And I remember a World Cup game we played against New Zealand here at this same venue. It was a tight game, super over game, and we came out on top. So yeah, it's good to be back here as well.
That's amazing. And I would also like to ask you, how much training have you been doing?
I've been doing a lot more traveling than training, to be honest with you. I've been on a plane so often. A lot of people are like, hey, you live in the sky or what? But I haven't really done a lot of training. It's a lot of cricket coming up as well. But I'm still active, trying to use my experience more so often to get by.
And how does it feel like to be with your old friends and play with them and play alongside as well?
Yeah, it's good to see some new faces. You know, a lot of Australian guys here, a lot of Caribbean guys here, some Kiwi guys. So it's actually good to actually see these guys I haven't seen for, you know, ages. And I thought most of them actually definitely put the cricket down. But, you know, actually, you know, it's good to see, you know, such a format of a tournament can actually bring out, you know, a couple of new players, you know, out of retirement.
Yeah, and you also mentioned that you've been to Sri Lanka before. And what do you think about Sri Lanka, and what's the most happening thing about Sri Lanka that you would
I haven't
like
get
to
any Sri Lankan food as yet, so, you know, I'm still waiting for that. You know, good spice, nice food. You know, Sri Lankan food is very nice as well, so I'm looking forward to that. But like I said, it's good to be back. It's going to be a short stint, but at the same time, you know, trying to interact with the fans as much as possible. And you know, it's the first time this tournament happening as well, because, you know, we have a lot of Indian players. I didn't even mention those guys as well from Pakistan as well, so Afghanistan. So it's good to see those guys in the tournament and, you know, interact with the locals here in Sri Lanka.
All right, thank you very much for joining with us, and we wish you all the very best. Let's see how it goes. Back to you, commentators.
Thanks very much. Thank you, Christopher Henry. Thanks, Ash. And 4 more. They need a lot more here because that run rate is still over 13. And of course, Chris Gayle was talking about 2012, the T20 World Cup, which West Indies won in Colombo.
This is becoming the big over. This is the big over. We talked about the batting power play, and it's already gone for 10 off 3 balls, and they're catching up here. The rate's coming down.
It's gone a mile up. Man is underneath it, taking it. Tino Best underneath that skyer. And there's a West Indies flair about this dismissal. That is another key scalp.
Very big wicket here. Ross Taylor trying to pick it up over leg side. He's been good throughout his career over that mid-wicket region. Stewart, he was under pressure off those first 3 balls, and what a great comeback from him. Well taken catch as well by Tino Best. Taylor's gone for 20 off 17. Lions 109 for 4.
Middle stump, please. Send Thank you. Well, right arm over. 2 more to go.
Robert Frelink, the big South African, is in. He's got a career strike rate in T20 of 148. Required run rate is 14. 33 required from 14 deliveries. It's tense here tonight in Palekele. Short to start. That's a good effort, that is, from Naveen Stewart.
That's one ball.
Tino Best underneath this one. It's a good catch. Never took his eye off the ball. Thank you, Tino, says Naveen Stewart. Slower ball. Now, Frelink can be a nuisance here for the fielding side because he plays some very unorthodox cricket shots.
Last night he had an interesting stroke.
Very, very tight now because the Colombo Lions, who got off to a rollicking start, they now need 32 in the last 12 balls. So really they can't leave this all to the last 6, the last over. Something big has got to happen from this over, and it's going to be Shahbaz Nadeem, who's a very canny left-arm spin bowler. And it's Freiling on strike. Good contest right here. There's a bit of a mist coming across the ground right now. It's looking a little surreal right now. Somebody's just said to me it's coming from Tino Best's head. I think he's still on fire, Tino. He bowled a fiery spell tonight. God, don't you love Tino Best? Well, you do from 70 yards when you're up here. But now, 32 required from 11. Is this slipping away from the Colombo Lions? They need something big from Freiling.
Easy.
The last 2 overs for Samp Army, they smashed it for 35, so it is possible. They finished so strongly, gave themselves an opportunity because they looked like scoring around 110 for long periods of time. But Animal had to bowl that last over when they misjudged the bowlers and the rotation of them. He had to bowl the last over, which didn't work out.
That's wide. That's wide. Is the umpire going to give wide for that, or was there a connection? Was there something on that ball? That looked wide to me. Very well. It's another ball gone by. 31 from 9.
One.
They've got to go.
Keeper,
This is slipping away for Colombo Lions with all their big guns, and they fired from the off with Ben Dunk smashing. A wonderful innings here tonight. 46 off 22 from Ben Dunk. Set them on their way. But this is like sand through fingers. It's trickling away.
It's a really odd stroke that you got to swing at everything here, and you can see the position he gets, and he's just fiddling with that one. You've got to go. You've got to hit it. Very confusing indeed. He's got struck for the last over, but he's left too much to do probably. 29 needed off the last over.
Right, come over. You look nice and comfortable behind the stump tonight.
So the Colombo Lions need 29 from the last 6 balls. And that last over, 3 singles. Scarcely believable. From the left arm spinner, Shabhaz Nadeem. Yes, he bowled them well. But I'm sorry, but Freiling, I'm not sure what he was doing. And it's going to be Christopher Mpofu to bowl the final over. And he's a very savvy cricketer, Christopher Mpofu from Zimbabwe. He'll know what to do here. He's not going to go for 29. If he does, it'll be the... Well, we're going to know in the first couple of balls, aren't we?
Freiling lining it up here, looking at that big scoreboard on the leg side.
It was there for the big hit. It was there for his little flick 6.
Say it was in that area where you're looking, in that little area out in front of you in the slot.
So now statistically this has to go for 6. This next ball has to go for a 6 from Asghar Afghan. It's got a chance, has it? No, it doesn't. It runs out of steam, and maybe the Colombo Lions have also run out of steam. 47 from 4. The Kandy Samp Army feel that it's theirs.
So you see O'Brien off the field for some reason. There he is on left of picture. He must have hurt himself, departed the field.
Clatters the stumps, drags it on. And Mpofu gets the ball in the right area, and Freiling, I'm afraid that was a very disappointing short stay from him.
Quite right, he's dragged it on from wide, outside of stumper cutter. We said earlier on today, seamers bowling those cutters with an older ball is extremely tough to get away. So Freiling's gone for 4 of 8. Lions 115 for 5.
Oh. Adnan Akmal coming in so late in proceedings, and he opened the innings. Adnan Akmal coming in, and very little he can do about this, I'm afraid, unless a couple of no balls are delivered. But the Lions will look back on this and they'll have to scratch their heads and wonder what they did. Yes, Christopher Gayle took a long time, 24 from 22. You always felt that he was going to change gear, but he didn't. They were 71 for 1. I beg your pardon, they were 80 for 1. 80 for 1.
3 more to go.
So Adnan Akmal has got, there's just 3 balls going. Colombo Lions need 27.
The slow deliveries working a treat from Pofu. Another look at the cutter. Just stuck in the wicket a bit. And Freiling trying to heave it on the onside. Bottom edge straight into the stumps. And has to trudge off, and he's pleased. He's come back well. He travelled in that first over. Dunk got hold of him, and he's come back really well.
They were 53 for no wicket in the first 5. Bullseye, middle stump. Mpofu is finishing this his way.
Doing the business at the end, using all his experience in these conditions. Another cutter. And that's really working well, that cutter. Bang on target, top of middle stump. And Akmal, he's got to go in this final over. None from 2. Lions now falling away, 115 for 6.
Last man in, the skipper, Yasir Shah. Probably asked his teammates, is it worth going out there? 27 from 1 ball. This is the end of Adnan Akmal. At this stage, if you put your hand up as a bowler and you think, well, I can do the job for you, you're going to get some wickets, and he's done well here, Mpofu. The Kandy Samp Army will feel very happy about this. It's their second game. They lost their first, and they're going to win their second. Yasir Shah facing the last ball. That should be 4 runs. Doesn't make any difference at all. It's the end of the contest. Colombo Lions 50 for no wicket. They finish 119 for 6. That needs an inquiry. A debrief in the team room.
60 in the last 10. You think of the number of wickets they lost, 6 as well along the way, for 60 for 6 in the last 10. That is terrible work from them. They've got to be honest with it. They had the game in the palm of their hand after 5 overs, and even after they lost 1, Gayle and Dunk joined, and they still looked dead set on chasing this down with no real problems. And they lost momentum, lost wickets along the way as well. And then you got to say, the Kandy Samp Army showed a bit of backbone. They really fought hard, they grafted hard, they gave everything, in particular Tino Best and Pofu coming back after getting spanked in that first over. And a really wonderful effort from him. The Pathan brothers pleased they're back in this competition, but the Colombo Lions lost 2 out of 2 now. Big pressure on them.
Yeah, Chris Gayle, big guns in the Colombo Lions. Gayle, Ben Dunk, Ross Taylor, Jesse Ryder, Askar Afghan. But yes, you're right, the tenacity of the Kandy Samp Army coming through. Kandy Samp Army win by 22 runs. Well, the Colombo Lions team room might be a quiet room for a while, because they had that in their grip. 50 for no wicket, 53 in the first 5.
So rounding it up here, the second innings, Gayle, Dunk, really entertained us. 46 of 22, he lit up this evening. He was outstanding, and they looked dead set on chasing it down. Ryder, Taylor didn't really get going. Gayle just a bit more than a runner ball. We hoped for a bit more than that. And then Freiling, Akmal, Afghan, their middle order just fell away, got blown away by the Kandy Samp army. Partnerships up top, just as you mentioned. Wilco, 59 of 39. The game was beyond the Samp army, but they fought back well. And then in the end, won pretty comfortably by 22 runs. Having a look at some of the bowlers, really great work. New ball, Jagasar, the off spinner, a lot of variation. And Pofu really went the distance early on in the first over, as we've mentioned. Went 3 for 34, a wonderful comeback, best as well. Under 6 to the over, that's an outstanding spell. And then Nadeem, he came in late into the piece and really only went a 2.5 and over. That's outstanding.
Now, Ben Dunk set the tone for the Colombo Lions, and he was the aggressor, not Chris Gayle, with whom he opened. And Ben Dunk gave us a little masterclass to start, and he just hit the ball so crisply. Everyone was put to the sword.
Dunk even had a go at Best as he came on, but then they both had a full go at each other and eventually hold out. And Tino Best, I tell you what, big smile. And that was the shot of the evening from Chris Gayle. That was his moment. And then a bit of poor fielding along the way, which wasn't the best. And Jesse Ryder chipped one to backward point. Finchy in the game. And Chris Gayle, the big wicket. That was brilliant. Jagasar getting Chris Gayle 24 of 22. Ross Taylor got to the crease and swung hard from ball 1. He swung one too many times. The rate escalated. They needed over 12 to the over. And eventually they started perishing. Tino Best, the catcher, Stewart the bowler. And Pofu seeing the end to Robbie Freiling, dragging it on from wide outside of stump. Followed it up with Akmal's wicket as well, dead on target. And by then the writing was on the wall for the Colombo Lions. A boundary off the last ball, but it was all in vain. And then the smiles from a victorious Kandy Samp Army side. Their first win in the competition.
So what a very good win for the Kandy Samp Army. Kandy Samp Army 141 for 6, Irfan Pathan 30, Upal Taranga 28. And Colombo Lions 119 for 6, Samp Army winning by 22. We'll take a break, presentation after that. right, a win for the Kandy Samp Army. Let's go to Roshan Abasinghe for the presentation.
We've just seen a tight game won by Kandy Samp Army by 22 runs, beating the Colombo Lions. Hello and a warm welcome to the post-match presentation of the Magic Win Sports Legends Cricket Trophy Season 2. Let's start off by thanking our partners, ARC Developers, Star Sports, Bally's Entertainment and Yeti. Time to give away our awards. Let's start off with the Magic Win Sports Player of the Match award of US 500 will be given away, and in fact US 500D and N7 Real Estate Goodie Box, I should have said, will be presented by Mr. Ambuj Dwivedi, promoter and legal counsel of LCT, and it goes to the captain of Kandy Samp Army, Irfan Pathan. Magic Win Sports Player of the Match. Batted extremely well, Irfan, and also captained the side. Great win for the Kandy Samp Army. The next award is an electric wicket award of USD 500, will be presented by Mr. Ritesh Patel, the team owner of Kandy Samp Army, and it goes to Christopher Mpofu. And our final award for this evening is the Maximum Sixes Award of US 500, will be presented by Mr. Abdul Salak, the team owner of Colombo Lions. Goes to the birthday boy, Ben Duckett, for the highest number of sixes. He gets US 500. And that is indeed our presentation.
And the Colombo Lions will look back on that and wonder how they lost it, but it means that the Kandy Samp Army have won their first. Colombo Lions have lost 2 out of 2, as has the Delhi Devils, and it's the New York Strikers who head the table with 2 wins from 2 from the Dubai Giants, 2 wins from 3. We have another doubleheader tomorrow. They're all doubleheaders until the final, so match 8. It is the Strikers against Punjab Royal, then Kings against Colombo Lions, and that is it for tonight. See you tomorrow.